How's it going, YouTube? So we're back at it with another video. You know, today we are going to be shooting an SRT. So I'll come over here and bring you guys to it. We are just doing a quarter panel. Here. We're going to be doing a quarter panel, and then we're also going to be doing the rear bumper. But for now, so I did prep it yesterday. I prepped it yesterday, it's all ready to go. I just need to mask it, and then once I mask it, we should be getting ready to shoot. So this is what I do at work. You know, it's early in the morning. We are here in the booth. This is the SRT I'm talking about. So just right here, this is a really bad dent. I did myself remove it. You know, I pulled it out. This thing was like way in there, and then just, you know, seam sealed it, got it ready. And then here's the rear bumper. That should be ready as well. So this will be a blend. For some reason this door cap's not shutting, so I just, you know, removed it so it's easier for me to paint. I'll just paint all over that, and then I will just go ahead and shoot this fuel door. So I'm gonna set you guys up. I am gonna go ahead and start masking this, and then I'll set you guys up. That way you guys can see the whole process. I mean, basically not the whole process, but the whole paint process. Not the taking out the dent, but yep. Okay, you guys, so you guys can see this is I set you guys up now. I'm gonna go ahead and closing the booth doors, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start masking this. That way we can get it into paint, and that way we're not wasting time anymore. So we'll go ahead and, you know, shut our doors now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this. All this tape. This tape was just there for when I sanded it. Honestly, I don't need to be putting tape down, but I like to, because sometimes I just get wild when I sand it. I will go over sometimes, and the last thing I want to do is, you know, sand a part that we're not supposed to be painting. So, and then you know, we have to go ahead and paint it. And when we paint it, you know, it's wasting more money, more time, and it's, you know, something the customer's not paying, so, or insurance, and then we're just losing as a shop. So Okay guys, so we're gonna be starting off with our sealer. What you're gonna wanna do is just, seal your areas. I probably don't need sealer in this area here, but I have to seal I wanna seal the bumper. I have to seal it. So I'll just be applying sealer here, might as well. So what we wanna do is, when you apply it, you don't wanna apply it side to side. Well, you do, but you don't wanna have that build up on this edge. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spray it, like you're just gonna spray it. I'll show you guys how to spray it. You wanna spray it in a way like that the fan just hits it like this. Spray it sideways, that way that blends out. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna spray this in the bumper, and then I'll just show you guys in real time, that way you guys can see. Just like that. Just like that, that's how you want to do it. And then we're going to go ahead and go on this side. We're going to go ahead and start doing the bumper. We are going to be melting our edges with this spot blender. So you just want to just melt it this way, just so it leaves it nice for when you do start putting your color and stuff like that. It leaves it nice. I do got to do a spray out, so I will go ahead and go pick up a spray out and then start making a spray out, because this color it's an easy color. I just gotta work with it a little bit. So I'll catch you guys back on once I have my color and my spray out done. And then we'll check the color. This is my blending clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, whatever I'm not adding color, I'm just gonna go ahead and just shoot with, blending clear. So here, let me go ahead and spray, and then I'll be right with you guys. Already sprayed our panel with the blending clear, and then we can go ahead and start adding color. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this at around 22 psi, 25. So when I shoot this, I'm gonna hit it one time, boom, boom, and then I'm gonna go over it again. That way it's a wet coat. It's wet and it's uniform. So that will actually help it not model up, because the flakes on this really like to model up, especially on these colors. So I'll show you guys. Just like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit my bumper. Same process. Go ahead and turn up the booth and put it at 110, just so it dries out. And it's, I mean, this is gonna be a while because it's pretty wet. So I'm gonna turn up the booth, get it at 110, and let that dry in. Meanwhile, we continue our spray out. If this is the right color, if this color ends up being like pretty close or pretty spot on, it would be great. So it will kind of be nice if it was spot on because like we do have a bumper. So when we have bumpers like this, you want this bumper to be butt matched almost on this side over here. Because it is a pretty big bumper, and if this is not matched, it's gonna look a little funky over here. So this is what I was talking about. You want to lay it down pretty wet. So once I have already laid down like this, what I will do is come and just mist it. Just mist it because I have coverage. I'm just gonna come down and then mist it. So we'll let that dry. The booth is at 110 and it's freaking hot in here, so I will catch you guys in a bit. Our little gas cap right here, so I am gonna come and start misting it around right here, trying not to get the whole gas cap obviously, but here's our bumper. You can start seeing the flake. So when I first mix this color up, you can kind of see how like the flake it wasn't really there. It was much of a cleaner face. So in order to bring that flake out, I need that T491, but it also lightens it up. So I have to darken it up. Lighten it, darken it, lighten it. So you want to be really careful with that because you can milk the colors. You can make it look a little weird. But you see how it's just blending out now. It's a really good match, to be honest. I liked it. It's gonna be good. Hey you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and start it up. I'll actually has a body work as well. You can see inside. Should be good. I'll cover it up now. Here, push it here. So get the lid on up. so I'm curious. Okay, you guys, so I want to be honest. You know, I did clear it. I ruined it. I ran it right here. So what I did was I did that tape method I seen on TikTok. But you can still see something. I mean, I guess in a way that would be way better to, you know, buff out, to like wet sand and buff than a run. It's quicker. This came out good. Okay, now this is where I'm like, what the hell, you know? Okay, this bumper came out nice, right? It's all shot good. This is, when I was shooting right here, I don't know if the gun leaked. I think it did, to be honest, because the two puddles got created here. So we got one puddle there. See, they're puddles. So it's not like a run, it's puddles. And then a puddle there, so what I'm gonna do, see if it's puddles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep adding clear. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot for a third coat of clear. If you know that never happened, this would be our last. This would be it. But since unfortunately that happened, you know, we do gotta go ahead and hit it with a third coat. That way we can wet sand and we're more comfortable without breaking through. I'm almost confident that this is gonna come out pretty nice. You know, it just looks like a horrible orange peel right there, but as you can see, we got our dent right here that we fixed. Everything's straight. You guys, we need to paint our walls. Sometimes the reflection of my walls being all ugly like that, you can see it through the paint, and you're just like, whoa, it looks weird. But there you have it. So, like I said, I would like to be honest with like my paint jobs. You know, us as painters, we always mess up, and that's a good thing because this is where you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn how to, you know, take our runs. You're gonna learn how to not do it a certain way. You know, now I know. Check my cup because I'm most confident this leaked. My cup leaked right here because I did go in here this way. But when I was over there with my right hand, I tilted the cup to paint this way, but I was on the other side, right? So when I tilted it, I think it leaked. My cup leaked, which I don't know if it's because when I closed it, like the cup is sealed, but when I closed it, I think it like, I don't know, I feel like it leaked somewhere. But I'll hit the third coat and then I'll show you guys how this turns out, like how it starts to look. As you can see, it's horrible, but dude, this will buff out. I'm almost guaranteed that will buff out, and you will never see that again. And this is gonna be just, you know, I'm gonna have him put it together, and then I'll go ahead and buff that afterwards. But I like to be honestly, like I said, honest. You know, not everything in here is perfect. We're not robots. You know, we don't do this one hit. You know, most of our jobs are one hit. You know, like boom and out. We don't gotta do much to them, but sometimes jobs like these, you know, weather's changing, so you gotta change your hardeners. And you know, as you guys can see, our booth is outside. I mean, we do have a heater in here, but our metal on the vehicle is pretty cold, so you know, I gotta get this painted. I can't just be waiting and making sure, you know, this stuff is, the metal on there's warm, so that has a lot to do with it as well. So, but this is gonna turn out really nice once I have it all buffed out, and I don't have to buff none of this. It's just those little areas, and I will show you guys once I do buff that. Okay guys, so look, as you guys can see, we have it unmasked now. So look at this color. See how close that is? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it out, and then we're gonna go ahead and just let it sit for a bit. I'll probably put it on a heat lamp But you can see what I'm talking about right there. So I will be buffing that out. And then I did notice some, like, quite a bit of orange peel up here, so I'll just go ahead and buff the whole thing out. It shouldn't take too long, to be honest, but I just need it to be dry, because if it's not dry, then yes, we're gonna have problems. So I'll go ahead and set it right here. And then I'll pull it out. As you can see, this is where our defects are. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start sanding. We're blocking this with 1000 grit, just wet sand. We're gonna start blocking this and start getting it flat. That way we can move up to, we'll move up to 1500. And then from 1500, we'll go up to 3000. So what you wanna do is just block, evenly. Block this all out evenly. Try not to ride on your edges too much, because you will potentially, break through. So what I mean by edges is these hard edges, your body lines. So just keep blocking. This does have, 3 coats of clear, so it's pretty thick. It's on there. It's on there pretty good, so I can already see it going away, So you don't want to get it all the way with just 1000 grit, because you want to finish it finer than 1000 grit. So basically, here. Another thing you want to do as well is you always want to just keep wiping it down. That way, every time you want to wipe it down, that way you can see it, because you can sometimes see it. So, like right there, I can see it's still. You can still see some texture. Let me see if the camera would pick it up. There it is. See it? Right around here. So this is why I like that kind of tape method. I mean, a lot of people achieve it, and you don't have to go through this process, but I never achieve it. But it's easier for me to do this than to wet sand a run out, because the run takes for fucking ever. So we'll go ahead and keep hitting it closer around this edge. We're not gonna marry it right there, because then that's when we'll have problems. So just wet sand, pretty close. You always want to make sure your sanding paper is always clean, because if any little dirt or debris is in it, that's where you're gonna be fighting a lot of these sandings, like buffing it, when it comes down to buffing it. So Right there, I'm pretty confident. You can go ahead and feel it. Sometimes when it's wet, you can feel it like right here. I need to go a little bit more. So once I'm pretty confident, I will move on to 1500. And then from 1500, we'll go to 3000. Okay, so I can still feel it. It's minor now. So instead of beating it with 1000 grit the whole way, I'm gonna go ahead and get a 1500. That way, it's easier for me to buff out. So I'll do 1500, and then from 1500 we'll move up to 3000. But the 3000 will move up to 3000 DA. So we will be hitting that with DA. And then go on and on from there. So here's our 1500. Just a block, you know. And then we'll go ahead and keep hitting this. I mean, look, we've only had like what, 3 minutes into this. And then we are buffing the whole car as well. The boss just told me right now that we are buffing the whole car, so this kind of like puts it out there so that way I can just go ahead and buff it. This car's beautiful. You know, we did redo the trims as well, all the trims around. I'll show you guys that. I'll make a video one day of just redoing those trims because it's satisfying. Satisfying the way it actually you know, that trim black is very nice. Okay guys, this is like completely gone almost. Can feel it minor. So we'll just continue hitting it and then just wet sand. It's crazy, guys, how you can wet sand the whole panel and it's mere glass, you know? I love it. Right there. So I'll just go ahead and just with 1500 just sand that away. It's just sound pretty easy and fast. Just be gentle with it. That's it, guys. So once this dries out, sometimes you can actually see if it fully went away. So once that's done, I'll show you guys the next step, which would be our 3000. So we're going to be using our 3M Trizac 3000 grit. So this stuff, you really want to get it wet. You don't want to hop it on there pretty dry. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to also lift up this tailgate or trunk. So that way I'm not over there. The wing's not in the way and stuff, so. Just like that. And then you guys, this stuff's quick. Like, if once you get the habit of messing up, it's funny to say, huh? But once you get the habit of messing up and, you know, doing this quite a bit of times, you'll get fast at it. You know, all that's gone now, you know, it's just buffing. What is it gonna take? What have I been here for, like 5 minutes? Nah, not 5 minutes, probably a little longer. But while I buff it, this is gone, you know. A run, you know, will take you even longer to sometimes buff out, and it can be a pain. So there you have it, that's your panel. As you can see, it's all sanded down with 3000 grit now. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna prep the whole car because I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up and get it ready for buffing it. We're gonna buff it all, so I'm gonna just with glass cleaner just clean everything up. Okay, you guys. So now I have it all right here. Okay. I have it here all buffed. I just went ahead and just cut it. It's not the final step. I gotta go ahead and, you know, hit it with my dual action buffer. So it does have a shit ton of swirls. So I gotta go ahead and, you know, I just cut it with this wool pad, and then I just use this 3D stuff. Hella good. So what I'm gonna do now is, now that I got cut the whole car, well, most of it, now I'm gonna put this down so I can show you guys how to cut, you know, sanded down area. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna set you guys up right here. What I like to do is, I like to go ahead and, since the bumper is plastic and it's freshly painted, we are gonna go ahead and just mask it. So what we're gonna do is, you know, obviously go down here and mask it. Just because, you know, when you do cut, you're applying heat, and this is plastic, you'll burn through it super easy. So we can avoid that by just, you know, taping. Why not? Why not just tape it? So just like that, just something quick, you know, nothing too crazy. Now we are gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and now shoot it with the first step, which is, like I said, this 3D ACA 500 is designed for wool. That's what we're using here, is just our wool pad. So what I will do is, you know, just do a line of that stuff, and then go ahead and hit this. You want to move slow, make sure, you know, it's buffing out right. And guys, this is the same process as if the car was all dual. A lot of people I know are scared to, you know, wet sand and buff, but this is the same process as if the car was dull and, you know, you're trying to get a scratch out. Same thing. It's honestly even quicker. So. So as you guys can start seeing it, you know, you can start seeing like how nice and shiny it's starting to look. Let me go ahead and finish up the whole panel, and then I'll come and zoom in so you guys can see it from close up. That way you guys can start seeing how this step 1 will cut it, and then I'll go ahead and do step 2 around the whole car, and then come back to this and then show you guys. So as you can see, you know, I did hit it more with that step 1. You can see it now. It's polished out, looks way better. See that? It's all gone. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and hit it with our step 2. Now we can pull this tape off because I don't know if you can see right there, I did go a little past, so that's why you want to tape it always. I gotta still cut the trunk, the wing, gotta cut that, and then step to it. So I will catch you guys on right now. Okay, YouTube, there it is. She's all buffed out. What's that? Oh, just a little bit of dirt. Probably dust from that heater over there. But there she is, buffed out. All cut and buffed, as you can see. The hood, front bumper. I'll pull it outside right now so you guys can see it. And then here's this quarter panel. Boom. Okay, so I'll be pulling it out so you guys can see it and have a better look at it.